session, I'd like you to actually start on your back, lying on your back. I'm just going to read you a little story to start. And open up your legs, your feet are in prayer position, and you're lying on the mat, and your legs are open up like a butterfly. So while I'm just reading the story, you're stretching your groin area. If it's too uncomfortable, then just lie normally or put a cushion under your legs, or whatever's going to make your back feel more comfortable. So closing your eyes and just take a moment to listen to this little story. So Hopi Indian Chief White Eagle commented a few days ago on the COVID-19 situation. This moment that humanity is living through can be considered a door or a hole. The decision to fall into the hole or go through the door is yours. If you consume information 24 hours a day with negative energy, constantly nervous, with pessimism, you'll fall into the hole. But if you take the opportunity to look at yourself, to rethink life and death, to take care of yourself and others, you'll go through the door. Take care of your home, take care of your body, connect with your spiritual home. When you take care of yourself, you take care of others at the same time. Do not underestimate the spiritual dimension of this crisis. Adopt the perspective of an eagle that sees everything above from a broader vision. There is social demand in this crisis, but also a spiritual demand. The two go hand in hand. Without the social dimension, we fall into fanaticism. Without the spiritual dimension, we fall into pessimism. You are prepared to go through the crisis. Grab your toolbox and use all the tools at your disposal. Learn to resist by the example of the Indian and the African people. We've been and continue to be exterminated. But we never stop singing, dancing, lighting fires, and having joy. Don't feel guilty for feeling lucky in these difficult times. Being sad and without energy doesn't help us at all. Resilience is resilience through joy. You have the right to be strong and positive. You have to maintain a beautiful, cheerful, and bright posture. This has nothing to do with alienation. It is a strategy for resistance. When we walk in the door, we have a new view of the world because we have faced our fears and difficulties, and we have a new focus. Just want to let somebody else in. So, sorry, I have to do that manually. So now come back into a seated position, just with that little bit of information in mind. Hello, Lisa. And I just ask of you for this practice is that you have a focus, so that you have a purpose and you have an intention. And if your focus is just to try a new pose or to bring your attention inward, then that's your focus. So in your seated position, Lisa, if you can position your mat near a wall, that would be great. Just for today's session, we're going to use the wall. Okay, so let's just warming up your necks and drawing big circles on the roof, on the ceiling. Releasing any tension that's maybe in your neck. And going back the other way. And take your head back to the center. Taking your right hand, place it on your left ear. The tip of your ear. Take your left and place it behind you. Gently pulling your head down to the right. If you want to deepen that stretch, pull your chin towards your right clavicle and pull forward. And you'll feel the stretch down the back of your neck here. And just breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3 and slowly let your head go back to the center and release your arms. Take your left hand, place it on your right ear. Gently pulling your head over to the left hand side. Take your right arm, place it behind you. Now move your hand slightly behind your head and pull your chin down towards your left clavicle. Your clavicle is this bone here. Don't hold your breath and release, coming back to the center. Let's just shrug out the shoulders, drawing big circles backwards. And now you're going to do big circles moving forwards. And now we're going to do it on the inhale. So you're going to inhale up and you exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. One more. Inhale up, exhale, release. Well done. Right. Moving, I'm going to move sideways on my mat. So I'm facing it long ways. Place both legs out in front of you. And with yoga, you want your feet to be flexed, always, not pointed. So you're going to take your right foot, place it on the inside of your left thigh. Pull your bum bones back if you can, or your bum cheeks back. You can't pull your bones back, pull your bum cheeks back. So you're going to inhale and exhale, forward fold over your leg. And again, no judgment here. So I can't see you. So just do what you can do. If you can reach your foot, that's cool. If you can't, that's also fine. You don't want to hurt your spine, your back. Keep your tummy muscles tight. Inhale one more. Exhale, go a bit deeper. And coming back to the center. Bring up your right knee. Take your right foot, place it on the outside of your left knee. Taking your left arm up. Take your right hand behind you. Make like a tent or flatten your hand, whatever's more comfortable. Placing your left arm on the outside of your right knee. Get that position right first. Extend your spine, lift up your chest, and then twist, looking back over your right shoulder. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3, take it a bit deeper. Twist. And exhale, coming back to the center. Legs out, straight in front of you. Take your left foot. Place it on the inside of your right thigh. Remember, your right foot is engaged, flexed, and your quad is engaged. Reaching up with your arm, both arms. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. And just kind of relax into it. Just let all your worries go and just relax. If it's uncomfortable, that's okay. You can manage that. Inhale. Exhale, take it a bit deeper. Inhale one more. Exhale, take it a little bit deeper. Well done. And coming back to the center. Fold up your left leg. Place your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Take your right arm up. Place your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Take your left hand, place it behind you. Get your position right, lifting up your chest, and then slowly gaze over your left shoulder. And feel all the tension releasing from your spine, between your rib cage, your lower back, your hips. And release. Coming back to the center. Let's just put your feet together in the butterfly position. Your feet together and just wiggle your knees, flapping your wings, releasing your shoulders from your ears. And then we're going to do the cradle. You're going to cradle your feet. So cross your legs. You're going to take your right foot. Let me turn around so you can see it this way. Take your right foot and take your left arm. Take your right foot and place it in the crease of your elbow. So your right foot is placed on the inside there. Take your right arm, wrap it around, so under your right leg. And if you can, you interlace your hands. And then you're going to rock the baby. Okay? So what I'm doing now is I'm releasing the tension in my hip, in my glute, and you just rock. And if your hands can't meet, that's fine. Just hold your knee, hold where you can. But just try and get that feeling. Well done. And release that. And we're going to change sides. So, taking your left foot, taking your right arm. Take your left foot, place it on the fold of your right arm. Take your left arm, fold it underneath your left leg. And if you can, join your hands together and rock. And just feel any tension relieving and releasing from your hip area, from your glutes, and feel your body warming up and loosening up. Well done. And release. Okay, from here we're going to move into the box shape. So getting yourself onto all fours. Just getting the correct positioning. All 10 fingers are spread equally. So become aware of your fingers. Become aware of all your digits, your toes included. Your middle finger is facing forwards, facing the front of the mat. Your baby finger is heading out towards the side of the mat. My wrists are under my shoulders, my knees are under my hips. Okay, and we're going to inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, and exhale, roll up your spine. And inhale, lift your head, drop your belly. And exhale, lift your spine, drop your head. One more. Inhale. And exhale, roll up your spine. From here, keep your hips where they are. Walk your hands forward into puppy pose. Again, we're releasing any stress between our shoulder blades and just take it down. The aim here is to get your chest as close to the mat as possible. There's no tension in your neck. The pressure points are, there's no much pressure. You're on your knees. You can feel the front of your feet and on your hands. And from here, push back into child's pose, which is here. And you just rest there. Your palms are facing up. Your shoulders are separated. If it's more comfortable to open up your knees, then do that. Okay, so from here now, I'd like you to move up towards the wall. So, I just want to move my mat a bit. Okay, so now my mat is long ways up against the wall. And the way that you get your bottom and your legs up towards the wall is you get your hips up towards the wall here. From here, start rolling back and get your bottom as close to the wall as possible. And you want to get your legs up the wall. Okay. And here, I wanted you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And I want you to become aware of your breath. And this is a fantastic pose to do just before going to bed, because what's happening is now your legs are falling into their natural sockets of your hips. So it's a very natural position to be in, and the blood is flowing in the opposite direction. So it's a great way to calm down. So you're going to inhale into your tummy. Inhale. Feel your tummy rise. And exhale out your mouth. Inhale into your tummy and exhale out your mouth. Now we're going to go inhale into your tummy, your chest and your throat, and then we're going to exhale in the reverse order. So inhale all the way into your tummy, feel it rise. into your chest, into your throat. We're going to release throat, chest, tummy. Inhale into your tummy, chest, throat. Exhale into your throat, chest, tummy. Pause. Inhale into your tummy, chest, throat. Pause. Exhale, throat, chest, stomach, and release. And just come back to your natural breath. Okay, from here, bring your feet down the wall and maybe wiggle your bottom a bit further backwards. Okay, and you're going to take your right foot and place it on your left thigh. Again, if you can feel it in your glutes, that's a great thing. Now push your right thigh away from you and you should feel your glutes stretching a little bit. Put both hands on the mat and you're going to lift up your hip, rolling up your spine one vertebra at a time. Lift, lift, lift. And coming back down one vertebra at a time. And let's repeat. Inhale all the way up. And rolling all the way down. One more. Inhale up. And coming back down. And place your right foot on the wall. Take your left foot, place it on top of your right knee. Just pushing, flex your left foot, pushing your knee away from you a little bit, feeling the stretch in your left glute. Okay, placing both hands back on the mat. Inhale all the way up. Lifting, pushing in your glutes, lifting your spine, and coming back down. Inhale up. Exhale, coming all the way down. And one more, inhale up. And coming all the way down. Okay, the next one, if you can, you're going to try this. If you can't get all the way over, that's so fine. But let's just see. So you're going to push yourself up. Place your hands under your bottom. Okay, and I just want you to let go of the wall. So you're stepping over with one leg and then coming over with the other leg. And if your neck is too tight and you can't do this, then all you do is you just do what you can. So if that's all you can do, then that's all you can do. And then you can change legs if you need to. But just getting that feeling, because ultimately you're wanting to get over. You'll feel the stretch in your hamstrings, you'll feel the stretch in your back, and you'll feel the stretch in your neck. If there's any pressure in your neck, you come out of it. And come back out. Gently feet back onto the wall. And lower your bottom down until you're flat on the back. Okay, are we all still here? We're all still fine. Putting your arms out to the side. Legs are bent. Slowly releasing your legs down to the side. Okay, there we go. And feeling the stretch in your back, looking over your right shoulder. And lifting your legs back to the center. And slowly dropping them over to the right hand side. And bringing them back to the middle again. And exhale them down to the left hand side, looking over your right shoulder. And back to the center. And over to your right hand side, looking over your left shoulder. Well done. And coming back to the middle. I want you to, we're going to try and do this. It's the beginning of a shoulder stand, but you do not have to do the shoulder stand. So again, you're going to walk your feet up the wall a little bit, pushing your hips up, placing your hands under your hips. So you want to pull your elbows close towards each other and pointing up to the ceiling or flat foot. And you can let go if you want to. And there you're going to be. It's a great way to open up any blockages in your throat. And again, it's creating backflow of your blood. And if you want to open up your legs, and if you can't do this, just place one leg on the wall. And you can still do it one leg at a time, just to get the feeling. And slowly come down. And from here you can wiggle away from the wall. So the wall was just like a different little fun thing to do. But it's a great support, a wall. It's like having a teacher there. It's a great support for you. Okay, so from here I want to teach you quite a fun pose, and it's called it's the crow pose. But to start off with, you've got to go into the garland pose. So let me just open up so you can see. So if you can get both feet on the floor, then do that. If you can't, place a cushion or something underneath your heels. And so your feet are open up slightly. It's my elbows that are going to help push my knees apart. So if you place your hands together and you lift up your spine and you lift up tall, the more I push my hands together, the more I can push my knees open. So just try that little pose for a bit. Well done. Now place your right hand down on the mat, and you're going to reach up with your left hand if you can, and bring it down to the mat. Place your left hand on the outside of your left foot, and your gaze is going up towards your right hand, and bring it down to the mat. So you're doing another twist. Inhale up, and exhale, bring it down, and one more. Inhale up, and exhale, bring it down. Okay, so from here, the crow pose, so those are the legs, that's where you want your legs to be. But now from that position you go up onto your heels, okay? And you place your hands so that your baby fingers are towards the outside of the mat. And if you've got a cushion or something to help lift you, that's also a good idea. And you don't have to, it's just to try, and it's just a fun little pose to try. My hands are out in front of me. My focus is actually towards the end of my mat there. I want my knees to be placed on the top of my triceps, so under my arms. And look, my gaze is going forward, forward, forward. And I don't drop my gaze. If I go that way, I'm going to land on my head, or I'll come backwards. So if all you can do today, and I can't see what you're doing, so if all you can do is little bunny hops, then that's so fine. Try that. Just try the weight transfer onto your hands. So if it's just the weight transfer, so all digits are working, and look forward. That's the key, is to get your weight forward by looking forward. And then you get into a balance. So try that. See if you can do that. One more try, and the pressure isn't happening in your wrist, it's happening on the digits of your fingers, so the top of your fingers. So again, get your knees up onto the top of under your arms so that you're balancing on your triceps and looking forward. There we go. And if you need to stand on something, then you do that. Okay, well done. Onto your backs. Placing your feet close to your bottom, stick your middle finger out so that you get the right distance. and pushing up one vertebra at a time. See if this is easier now because you did this against the wall. Pushing up, pulling your shoulder blades towards each other. Knees are not falling apart. They're not falling outwards. Pretend you've got a block between your knees. Inhale, push your chest up a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale, one more. Exhale and roll your body down one vertebra at a time. Take your right knee, take your left knee, and hug your legs. Maybe rock from side to side, just massaging your back a little bit. Placing both feet down on the mat again, and we're going to do one more. Okay, so inhale, lifting up one vertebra at a time. Tuck your shoulders in. Use the mat to help push you a little bit higher. Inhale, one more. And exhale, coming down. Take your right knee, take your left knee, and hug your legs. Make sure that when you're hugging your legs, your head is on the mat and your chin is down towards your chest. And from here, we're going to go into Shavasana, so lying on your mat with your legs splayed apart. Just get yourself comfortable. So if you need to lift your bottom or wiggle around to get comfortable, then do that. Make sure that your shoulder blades are comfortable and that your palms are facing upwards. Closing your eyes. Moving your head from side to side to make sure your head is comfortable. And come back to your natural breath. Bring your attention to your feet, to your ankles, to your calves, to your knees, and let go. Bring your attention to your quads and your hips and your back and your tummy, and let go. Bring your attention to your chest and your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists and your fingers, and let go. Bring your attention to your throat and your mouth and your nose and your eyes and your forehead, and let go. Just let any tension go. Now I want you to bring your attention to the feeling of touch. Think about your body connected to the mat. Connect with the feeling of your clothes on your skin. Connect with the feeling of your hair on your head. And now I'd like you to connect with your thumb and your index finger and your middle finger and your ring finger and your baby finger and back. Ring finger, middle finger, index finger. And now start to wiggle your toes as you bring your awareness to all your body parts. and rolling onto your right or your left hand side. And when you're ready, coming up into a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed and bringing your hands to your chest, to your heart. And we started the session on what we focus on. Do we choose to go down a hole, or do we choose to open a door? And I encourage you to open a door of positivity and hope and self-care and compassion to yourself and to others. Namaste.